Good morning, students. So today we are going to revise Socialism in Europe. That is chapter 2 of your history book. Now, before we start, you need to have a quick recap of the chapter. Now, this was the period where there was a lot of changes going on in the society, and this was because of the influence of French Revolution that had already taken place in France. You have already done that during this period. The society was dominated mainly by the church and the aristocracy. They were divided into different estates, and the whole society was divided into estates, and most of the property was owned by the church, the first estate and the second estate. Moreover, after the French Revolution, there were a lot of changes that were taking place in Russia also. This was the period when the society got divided into three main groups, that is, the liberals, the radicals, and the conservatives. Now, first of all, you need to understand who were liberals. Liberals were those group of people who wanted the country to be more secular. That is, they wanted a nation which could tolerate all religions. Then they were also against the uncontrolled power of dynastic rulers. They never wanted dynastic rule. They wanted that the king should not have all the powers. They also wanted to fight for the rights of individuals. The common people should be given more rights. There should be an elected parliamentary form of government. Laws should be interpreted by the judiciary. And but only thing was that they were not Democrats. That is, they did not believe in universal adult franchise. They never wanted to give this right to vote to all the sections of the people. The right to vote should be given only to the property section of the people. So these were the views of the liberals. Then the second group of people were the radicals. The radicals who also wanted a nation to tolerate all religions. They wanted an elected form of government which was based on the majority of population. They never wanted concentration of property in the hands of few people. That is, the property should not be owned only by the church or the aristocracy. Common people should also have the right to own property. But radicals were more revolutionary in nature. They wanted a complete change in society. And secondly, they wanted to give right to vote to all the people of Russia. So that is, they believed in universal adult franchise. Then there was another group of people, the conservatives. Now, as the name suggests, they were people who felt that there shouldn't be any change. But slowly and gradually, they realized that change is bound to occur because changes are taking place in all parts of Europe. So they then felt that changes should be there, but it should be a gradual change, it should be a slow change. And the past needed to be respected. So change should come, but it should be slowly, and there shouldn't be a complete, transformation of society all of a sudden. Now, this was also a period of industrialization. Things were being manufactured in industries. A lot of industries were being established during in Russia also, and in all parts of Europe also. So there were a lot of changes that were taking place in the society. Men, women, and children were pushed into factories. They wanted to come and work. They were forced to come to cities and work. They were working for very low wages. The wages that they were given for a day's work was very low. Plus, they had to work for very long hours. Their working hours were very, very long. 12 to 14 hours they had to work. And this increased the population of the cities because now people from villages were coming and working in factories. And there was a lot of problems that the cities were facing, especially of housing and sanitation. So there were a lot of changes that were going on, and liberals and radicals wanted that there should be a change in the society. Then this was also a period where there were many people who believed in socialism. Socialism means that the property should not be concentrated in the hands of few people. and they felt that socialism was the cause of all evils in Russian society. Now, how socialism could be introduced in Europe? It could be through cooperatives. So they wanted a government that will encourage cooperatives. And we have Karl Marx, who believed in socialism. He felt that industrial society, capitalist society, the workers were being exploited because the capitalists wanted to earn more and more wealth. And as a result, they were exploiting the workers. So this socialism has to be overcome, has to be introduced, and capitalism has to be removed. So capitalism has to be replaced by socialism. And for this, the workers will have to fight for themselves. So this was the view of Karl Marx, who wanted to introduce socialism, remove capitalism, because he believed that capitalism was the root of all evils. Then we have another two people, who believe that capitalism could be achieved through cooperatives. We have Louis Blanc and we have Robert Owen, who wanted to introduce cooperatives in Russian society. Now, as a result, there were many organizations that were formed. One of them was Second International to spread all these socialist ideas. And even workers started forming associations because they knew that their wages were low and they needed more better working conditions and living conditions. And that is why a lot of organizations were formed during this period. So am I clear till here?
Yes, ma'am.
So till here only I'm going to take your test. So if there is any doubt you need to ask, any doubts that you have till here?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Sarika, you stop the recording.